this for us tonight. So Carrie's going to tell you about herself, so I'm going to be quiet, but we're happy to have you, Carrie. Thank you.
Thank you.
I talk really loudly. Is that good? Okay. If I get too loud, just go. I have a big mouth. Thank you all for coming tonight. It means a lot to me that you're here. And I'd like to thank Tracy for inviting me to come and speak with you all this evening about our cardiac rehabilitation program here at the hospital. I am very excited to have the opportunity to serve as the new cardiac rehabilitation nurse since the end of this April. I never anticipated when I cross-trained to cardiac rehabilitation 5 years ago that I would have the opportunity to take on this role full-time. After working in intensive care for 17 years and seeing patients at their very worst, it is really refreshing to be working with a population of patients that are recovering from an illness rather than me taking care of them when they're critically ill. I consider myself a local girl. I have been here since 1975. I have a diploma in nursing from Southside Regional Medical Center in Petersburg, and I have a Bachelor's of Science degree in nursing from Old Dominion University out of Norfolk. I'm very passionate about being a nurse. I have been nursing since I got a nurse's uniform for Christmas when I was 4. I wore that uniform everywhere I went. I wore it on Halloween, and I wouldn't even consider going to the doctor for a checkup without my uniform on. I even had a little doctor's kit to go along with it. And I fondly remember giving injections to my little stuffed animal, Precious. Our neighbor that lived next door to us in Plymouth, North Carolina, would fill my little medicine bottles with candy sprinkles so I could give medications to my stuffed animals. My great-grandmother, Grandmuddy, was also a nurse. She graduated from nursing school in 1920. And my dad's sister is also a nurse. She's currently nursing in Florida in OB. And we're both named after Grandmuddy. So I feel like it was almost a destiny that I was to become a nurse. My parents, Marcia and Owen Strickler, also live here in Emporia, as well as my sister Kristen, and my grandfather, Owen Strickler. Some of you may know him. He is a senior circle member. I also have a younger sister named Jennifer, and she lives in Virginia Beach. I am married to Mark Combs, and I have 2 children. Jackson is 12, and he's a rising 7th grader. And my daughter Olivia is 10, and she's a rising 5th grader. We all reside here in Emporia. We attend Main Street United Methodist Church. My husband Mark is involved with the Purdy Boy Scouts, and I'm a junior Girl Scout leader. Some of you may remember seeing the girls in the newspaper, I think it was in March, where they went to the animal shelter and painted the cattery for their Bronze Award project. That's my Girl Scout troop. I just took them on a journey to Bryson City, North Carolina, where we went whitewater rafting and hiking with 6 girls. It was a whole lot of fun, though. Our son Jackson is into baseball, and Olivia's into softball and dance. They both play locally with some of y'all's grandchildren. And they also both play on travel ball teams. Olivia is on a competitive dance team, and she has competed in Washington, D.C., and this year she hopes to compete in Orlando, Florida. So we might get a little Disney trip later this year. They keep us super busy, but we enjoy every minute of it. And my new position has really allowed me to spend more time with my family, which I always enjoy. Plus, it helps me get them everywhere they need to go in the afternoon. I am here tonight, though, not to talk about myself, but to talk about our cardiac rehabilitation program. rehab, Cardiac rehab is an individualized and personalized treatment plan. It includes an evaluation and instruction on physical activity, nutrition, stress management, and other health-related areas. The benefits of cardiac rehab are to live longer and lessen the patient's chance for another heart attack. It also helps to control their heart disease symptoms such as chest pain and shortness of breath. Cardiac rehab has also been proven to reverse damage to the blood vessels in the patient's hearts, which lessens their physical and emotional effects of heart disease. In addition, cardiac rehab will improve stamina and strength, getting patients back to their usual activities, including work, hobbies, and regular exercise. It also improves their confidence and their well-being. Oh, there it goes. I don't know if y'all like cartoons, but I do. And I love this one because we all know that smoking, drinking, and eating junk food are not the healthy options. But we do cover all of this in our program. Cardiac Rehabilitation Level 2 is a comprehensive 12-week program designed for patients recovering from a myocardial infarction, or most of you know it as a heart attack, angina or chest pain, angioplasty or stents. You've heard of someone having a balloon, that's called angioplasty. Open heart surgery such as a coronary artery bypass graft or a CABG, or any type of valve surgery. A lot of times patients will either have a valve replaced or repaired. It also helps patients with heart failure and anyone who's had a heart transplant. The patients exercise while their heart is being continuously monitored on a heart monitor. The patient's vital signs are monitored before they exercise, while they're exercising, and after they exercise. Ischemic cardiomyopathy is also covered. That's like a weakness or disease of your heart. As a pizza lover, I love this cartoon. It's one of my favorite. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Don't slice it, just one. Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize. It says, don't slice the pizza. My diet says I'm only allowed to eat one piece. In addition to exercise, we address the patient's personal risk factors for heart and blood vessel disease that can lead to coronary artery disease and other heart problems. Risk factors like obesity, smoking, and lack of exercise are focused on. We offer education and support to make healthy lifestyle changes, such as maintaining a healthy weight, eating a heart-healthy diet, and avoiding tobacco. Sorry about that. We also monitor and gain better control of blood pressure, diabetes, and lipid and cholesterol levels for those diabetic patients and for people who have elevated lipids or high cholesterol. And most of that is achieved through proper taking of the medications, exercise, and eating right. Patients have the opportunity to meet and share stories with other patients that have similar diagnosis. They also have the opportunity to improve communication with their doctor and other healthcare providers about their progress following their cardiac event. These are two of my favorite things that I see as a nurse helping my patients regain control of their lives after their cardiac event. They build friendships, and they look forward to coming to cardiac rehab to see the other patients. They encourage each other, and it's just nice to know you've got company when you're there doing something that you don't particularly want to be doing, something that's out of the ordinary. Maybe the patient has never exercised before, and they come knowing somebody else is in the same boat. They build those relationships and encourage one another. It's a really incredible thing to see as a nurse. I also want to express the importance of the communication that occurs between the nurse and the patient's physician. We can tweak medications and treatments for patients. I can alert the physician if I notice the patient's had a significant weight gain, or if they're having some irregular heartbeats on the monitor. I can let the doctor know that. They may adjust their dosage or the type of medication that they take. I'm seeing these patients 3 days a week for 12 weeks, so it's easy to pick up on the trends. And it's also a good way to, once the doctor does make changes in the patient's medications, then I can monitor them to make sure those changes that the physician has prescribed are actually working for the patient. I'll read this one to you too. To prevent a heart attack, take 1 aspirin every day. Take it out for a run, then take it out to the gym, then take it out for a bike ride. So it's just to show you that not only medications work to make our hearts stronger and better, we have to include exercise into our lifestyles. And I post these all over. I find them on the internet and post them. I change them all the time for the patients. They enjoy these. While their patients are in the cardiac rehabilitation level 2 program, they will work with a nurse, they work with a pharmacist, a mental health staff member, and a dietitian during the program. We teach the patients healthy lifestyle changes like a heart-healthy diet, being physically active, learning how to manage stress and depression, which can happen if someone's had an open heart surgery. Depression can set in because they're not their normal, active, healthy lifestyles. And we also educate them on the medications that they take. Cardiac rehab level 2 is like exercising with a safety net. I monitor the patient's heart, vital signs, and keep a record of their weights. I'm certified in CPR and advanced cardiac life support. The program here is overseen by our cardiologist, Dr. Ina Chikina, and she reviews the patient's charts every month, or more often if I feel she needs to see something, like the patient's having an irregular heartbeat or something, I'll bring the chart over so she can review it immediately. The patients come 3 days a week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and they come for 12 weeks. Most insurance companies do cover the cost of the program depending on the diagnosis. That's just the same thing I already told you. Once the patients complete the level 2 cardiac rehabilitation, we encourage lifelong exercise. The patients can become a senior circle member, much like yourselves, and they can join our wellness program. Or they can join the YMCA, Some patients do prefer the YMCA because of the variety of exercises and different classes that they offer. And some people's insurance companies will actually pay for them to become, pays their monthly fee at the YMCA. The cost to come to our wellness program here is $30 for 12 visits. It's like a punch card, and it's good for 60 days. I think it boils down to $2.50 a visit. And if you don't use all your visits in 1 month, you can roll it over to the next month. The wellness program hours are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. And on Tuesdays